apologies for the lighting. As you know, I'm a very amateur YouTuber, so just bear with me here. Wow, I am genuinely speechless right now. I don't even know what to say. Um, these are just my raw thoughts. It's about 10:08, so just only like 10-15 minutes after UFC 285 ended, and wow, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way first. Holy shit, John Jones. Um, I mean, yeah, I bet on him to win, but I thought it was going to be more competitive than that, and wasn't even close. John Jones made it look easy, like barely a minute into the fight. I'm pretty sure secures it with the guillotine. I mean, it was so quick and so dominant. Like I feel bad for Cyril Gahn. Like I just felt terrible for him. You know what I mean? Um, he might have been the underdog. But it was only like not that big of a discrepancy. It was only like plus 130 plus like 150 or something like that, 180. Right, so not that hard. I just feel bad. You know what I mean? Like who knows what would happen if that just ended up being like a striking fight? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, MMA is all about shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? You would do that for every single fight. So John Jones did what he was supposed to do. He, like he said, he fought where he felt comfortable and secured the win. I mean, I do want to talk about or kind of reflect on the GOAT conversation and John Jones and where he falls into that. But I'm going to get the rest of the card out of the way first. So that way I can just spend the rest of the time talking about none other than John Jones. Let's see. First and foremost, I mean, Shavkat Rakhmonov, apologies, um, versus Jeff Neal. That was a very entertaining fight. I mean, Rakhmonov with 17 wins, all finishes. That was like it was 8 TKOs, 9 submissions now, right? This dude is dangerous. But the solution doesn't always tell, or the outcome doesn't always tell the full story. That fight was competitive all the way through. I think I had it even going to that third round. So really entertaining fight. Arguably my fight of the night right there. Very entertaining. Looking forward to see Rakhmonov continue building. As far as the top competition, he might have a little bit ways to go because, like I said, that fight against Jeff Neal was competitive. He was a little gassed, but looking forward to seeing him fight again. And I'm just going to try to review myself the rest of the card. I mean, I know there's one big thing that happened that we all know about. Okay, Bo Nickel with another dominant win. Great. Shout out to him. Gamrot versus Turner. Now, I know I haven't really been good at calling fights and scoring fights, but I think Gamrot by split decision is a little interesting. I think at the very least 30-27. I think Gamrot, win or lose, a 30-27 for Gamrot is crazy. I had it. Well, I mean, that fight was overshadowed by fights that are on, so I can't remember which rounds I scored to Turner. But like I said, I might have scored it in Turner's favor. But like I said, win or lose, 30-27 for Gamma is crazy. But looking forward to seeing him fight back again. Now, let's talk about the co-main event: Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. I was wrong again. I have not been right about many championship. I think I've only been right about one championship fight so far. I guess two now with the John Jones fight, but um, I've been proven wrong so many times, and maybe that just shows that I'm bad at predicting these championship fights, these main events, these co-mains. Um, but I'm so happy to be wrong with Grosso's performance. I mean, I had her as the underdog. Like I said, you know what I mean. I said that Grosso provided nothing new for Shevchenko, um, and that she wasn't the matchup that would beat her. By the end of the day, Grasso kept it competitive. It was competitive. I did have it two. I did have it not 2-1. I mean, yeah, 2-1. Um, so it'd be 29-28, I believe. Yeah, 29-28 to Grasso going to that fourth, or to Shevchenko. Excuse me, going to that fourth round. But then Grasso did what she's supposed to do. She took the back at a perfect moment, well timed, secured that rear naked choke. It was amazing. This is why we watch the sport. I mean, you know, Shevchenko with a pretty dominant UFC flyweight reign. Only her big test was against Talia Santos. Some people said she lost that fight, but that's near her there. Point is, she lost this fight for sure, and it's just crazy. It's just why this is the greatest sport ever. James surprised, and Grasso kept it competitive the whole time. I mean, she did get taken down and controlled for a good amount of time throughout the rounds, but on the feet, it was pretty competitive. I was under the impression that Shevchenko did not want to exchange with her. I think Grasso's landing some good shots. They're both having success, but yeah, I think Shevchenko's like, yeah, I would prefer to keep it on the ground. I just feel like this is where I have the most chance. And yeah, Grasso really surprised me. I'm happy. I'm happy to be wrong because that was an amazing performance. I was just very stoked about it. I wanted, like I said, I wanted Shevchenko to win so that way she could fight Erin Blanchfield. But Shevchenko and Grasso should absolutely run it back. Shevchenko's been a champion for so long, and yes, she was winning that fight before the loss. So I think, she lost, fair and square, totally. But at the end of the day, yeah, they're gonna run it back, and Erin Blanchfield's probably gonna have to wait a little bit, maybe fight another person. But yeah, congratulations, Alexa Grasso. Really impressed me. Very happy to be wrong. Now, Jon Jones, is he the GOAT? It is very hard to argue against it. I mean, when you look at what he's accomplished, even if you consider the losses, right? He has one loss via disqualification. Some people said he lost the Gustafsson fight. Some people maybe even said he lost the Santos fight. Many say they lost the Reyes fight. I think even including those losses, to go, to defend, the light heavyweight championship for so long, to win so many titles, beat, so many amazing fighters, and then go up to, a heavier division and just dominate and just make it look easy. Yeah, it really is hard to argue. In all honesty, I mean, this is just my opinion, but I think that your legacy is definitely tainted with failed drug tests, and Jon Jones has multiple. So it'd be one thing to give fighters the benefit of the doubt. If they don't, like we understand that a lot of fighters are on PEDs, but if they don't test positive, then we can give them benefit of the doubt and say that they're clean. But Jon Jones, after like multiple failed drug tests, it's harder for sure to give him the benefit of the doubt. But some would say even then, like, try accomplishing what he's accomplished. Most people are on performance enhancers anyway, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, it is definitely hard to argue, especially with that performance. It's not like it was a close fight. It's not like it was back and forth. I mean, Jon Jones took that so easily. I was speechless. My jaw was on the floor. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Even more so in the case of Grasso being Shevchenko. Like, I was more excited and hyped. I'm like, wow, this is an amazing sport. This is why I love this sport and why I watch the sport. And then when Jon Jones beats Ciryl Gane within a minute, or just after a minute, I'm just like, I can't believe this. You know what I mean? It was just it really hasn't set in yet. The anticipation for this fight was longer than the fight actually was. And yeah, like I said, in the nature that Jon Jones won, yeah, it's hard to argue with him being the GOAT. I mean, in my opinion, I have GSP as my GOAT. Even though I haven't been a fan of the UFC for long, I go back and watch his fights and I learn of his history. You look at Jon Jones's history versus GSP's, whose is muddled with less controversy. It's GSP. You know what I mean? In his second welterweight reign, he hardly had any competitive fights except the one with Johnny Hendricks. But that's a conversation for another day. Whereas Jon Jones has, had, I think, yeah, more title fight wins, I believe, more dominant finishes. He's just a scarier man. Didn't play as safe. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this is kind of my raw thoughts. Sometimes I do just want to take some time and like take in my thoughts and make a more clear video, right? But then I just feel like I don't want other people's opinions affecting mine, at least if I'm doing an immediate reaction. You know what I mean? Like I always change. I sometimes change my mind, pretty frequently when it comes to my immediate reactions for past videos, right? But like, as far as my immediate reaction goes, I'm gonna let that be my own. You know what I mean? And of course, anything that I've said a lot of things I've said in the past videos for my past reactions, yeah, some things have changed, such as the scoring and such like that. In this case, I'm just gonna be raw and say, yeah, it's hard. What I'm thinking in this moment right now, it is hard to argue with Jon Jones being the greatest. I'm not going to be as keen on saying it. I'm probably going to lean still GSP because of the, clean record, right? But you can't deny it at this point. And a fight against Stipe Miocic, I don't know. It's not looking like I would definitely have Jon Jones as the favorite, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to see what else he has. What Jon Jones has for the rest of the division. I mean, Ciryl Gane is definitely at the top, like near the top, one of the best heavyweights in the world, right? But also, it's also a very interesting division too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what John Jones can do. It's all about longevity, but even if he just won the heavyweight championship, I mean, look what he's accomplished already. I mean, yeah, it's hard to not call him the GOAT. I probably can't argue with it anymore. Yeah, I probably can't argue with it. It's still people's opinion, and I can still have mine. I don't need to agree with it, but wow, John Jones, man, John Jones, dangerous man, best man on the planet, probably. I'm just so speechless right now. If I keep rambling, it's just gonna be a lot of this kind of cluttered stuff. So I think I'm just gonna end at that. Congratulations to John Jones, great fight night. Congratulations to Alexa Grasso. I was super excited about that, and yeah, you really couldn't have a better return for John Jones. In all honesty, I couldn't have gone better. Dominant, quick win, finish. Yeah, UFC, MMA. I'll say it before I say it again. Greatest sport in the world.